Hey guys, this is Steve with DQ'd Barbecue, and today we're going to do some keto slash paleo slash slow carb chicken drumstick with some veggies meal prep for the week. Y'all hang out. So lately I've noticed my flannel's getting a little tight in this area, essentially. Like a lot of us out there, life gets busy, this, that, and the other. I've got a million excuses if you want them all. But we eat the things we know we shouldn't eat all the time instead of just every once in a while. And, we get to a point where we need to reevaluate and, sort of recheck our health. So that being said, I'm a big fan of slow carb, paleo, and keto. They're all very similar, just sort of slightly tweaked to a specific way of doing things, I suppose. If you're not familiar, slow carb is a term I believe pioneered by Tim Ferriss. His book 4 Hour Body. It's great. It's fantastic. I've used it before, and it's just worked well for me. The paleo and the keto world. Two of my favorite authors from there are Abel James, who's the Fat Burning Man. He has the Fat Burning Man podcast and at least one book, if not another one by now. And Mark Sisson, who's out there just tearing it up. An incredible dude. Showing people how to do this. So what we're going to do today, something I'm going to dub slow barbecue. Tim, if you're out there and you hear that, you can have it for free. Just point people back to DQ'd Barbecue. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a very simple cook. When I've done this before, you can only eat so many chicken tenders and steamed broccoli. So we're going to bring the grill into it, make it a little more fun. But we're going to make it a very easy cook that anybody at home can do. We're going to get our chicken seasoned up nice and simple with just some salt and pepper. And then at the end, we're going to hit them with a sauce to break up the monotony of flavors that can be associated with dieting or eating healthy. Also, we're going to cook this on a Weber kettle. We're not going to do anything fancy with it. I'm not going to use a smokinator. We're not going to use the egg corn at all. It's going to be a simple 2-zone cook that anybody can set up on any grill they have at home to just make the healthy eating process just a little more fun. Something we all enjoy doing as opposed to something we dread. So all that being said, right now I've got some coals warming up in a chimney out on the grill. In the meantime, let's season up our chicken first and we'll get that taken care of. All right, so to start with, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit them off with a little bit of salt. This is just pink Himalayan salt, but you can use whatever you want. This is just what I have up in my kitchen right now. Just a good little dose. And we'll follow that up with some freshly cracked black pepper. Never sleep on salt and pepper. Throw garlic in there for a little more kick, but they're great. I guess we just get a little used to them because they're always on the table, but they just do a fantastic job bringing out the natural flavors in meat. So when in doubt, just salt and pepper it up and let the meat speak for itself. And now we'll get the other side. Same procedure, first salt, followed by pepper. I think this whole pack of drumsticks cost us $7.50 at the grocery store, so eating healthy doesn't have to be expensive. This will hold us over for the entire week. Simple as that. All right, now that we've got our chicken seasoned up, let's go up. We'll go out to the grill. I'll show you how I have the 2-zone cooking set up, and we'll put them on there. All right, so since we've got our 2-zone cooking set up, we want our temp on our pit to be between 300 and 350. In there, will make you some good skin on your chicken. If you go less than 300, you'll get some, best way to say it, I guess, is non-crispy skin. We're going to want to align everything over on this indirect side of our cooking grate. You don't want anything right over top of your coals right now, and you want them as far away as you can get them, really. All right, so chicken's on. At this point, you're going to want to do one of two things. Either like me, you're going to want to put a probe in that's connected to a thermometer that you can monitor it all the time. Or if you don't have a thermometer like that, you're going to want to have an instant read thermometer or just your standard, steel meat thermometers. Come out and check them pretty frequently. Our desired temp on these is going to be 175. You really don't want it to go over that. Overdone chicken is just, it's sort of the stereotype of the guy who's bad at barbecue. You don't want overdone chicken. So like I said, 175, because this is dark meat. Now, at about 100 degrees internal temperature, I'm probably going to come out and flip these just to get a little more even cook. But other than that, we're just sitting and waiting. And for me, sitting and waiting means making our butter Parmesan sauce. So let's go ahead inside and get that mixed up. All right, so we've got here some squash and zucchini that I went ahead and cut up inside. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the cast iron onto the kettle. You could totally do this inside, no problem, but it's just more fun to cook outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on right next to our chicken. So our ThermoWorks smoke says that our drumstick that we've got our probe in is hit 175 internal, which is great. But when you're doing especially poultry, it's good to go ahead and check all the pieces and make sure they've all hit with an instant read. Now, this is a pretty cheap instant read on Amazon, but it's got great reviews, so I figured I'd go ahead and give it a shot. Let's go ahead and see what we're reading here in this guy. $175. Well, that one's a little hotter. It's close to the fire. Let's check the one in the back here. Got to make sure you don't hit the bone. Let's see here. Sorry, folks. It's a little bit hard time showing you while I'm checking it. All right, that's good too. All right, so now we're going to do the quick sauce. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, guys. So for half of these, I've whipped up a butter Parmesan garlic sauce using a cup of Kerrygold grass-fed Irish butter, 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And so we're just going to go ahead and put this in here, let it sort of baste in it. We're going to do half of them like this. Alright guys, so half of them are rubbed down butter garlic. Now it's time to switch and we'll rub down the other half with some buffalo sauce. Alright, we'll go ahead and get these other 7. Now's a good time to note that if, before you did this, you noticed that your skin wasn't quite as crispy as you would have liked, go ahead and move those drumsticks that you want to be crispier directly over the coals, and it won't take long at all. Actually, you need to be really careful doing that, otherwise you'll burn, but totally cool to do. Alright, so they're all sauced up. I'm just going to go ahead and cover them up and leave them for another, 5 minutes. So just try to set those flavors on them. Then we'll see you inside. So we're back inside. The cook took a little longer than I thought it would. We got a sudden downpour. Some things happened. The tip dropped to my pit. I had to add some coals. You know, if you notice that your grill you're cooking on's a little cold, don't be afraid to add some coals too. As long as they don't have any lighter fluid, they're not like match light or whatever. As long as just plain charcoal, it'll be fine. Just go ahead and add to it and they'll catch fire. But it took me about 2 hours to do all those drumsticks and my veggies on the grill. But now we're here and we've got our buffalo sauce drumstick, which is just Frank's red wing sauce. And we've got our butter Parmesan garlic drumstick, which is that sauce that we made up that was a cup of Kerrygold Irish butter, the grass-fed butter, 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic. We've even got our veggies on the table because a lot of people, when I tell them, you know, what I'm doing to make myself healthier, like, oh, you just eat meat all the time. Well, no, it's very important to eat your vegetables too to get all those important vitamins and minerals, right? But that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the plate of what we got here. All right, guys, here we go. This came out looking great. Excuse the knife and fork. Normally, I would literally just go out this caveman style, as the title suggests of the show. But for the sake of not getting buffalo sauce all over my face, we'll use a knife and fork. But this is the butter garlic one. You can see it's cooked nice and tender. My goodness, that's tender. And we've got our buffalo sauce drumstick. Again, just cooked through great. All right, let's get a bite of this. I want to try this one first. So here we go. That's really good. So the fun thing about cooking on that buffalo sauce, as opposed to just tossing it and hit, when you toss it like a wing, you know, that flavor just, whenever you take a bite, it pretty much coats your mouth, and that's pretty much all you get. This way, it was almost an afterthought. Like, I started chewing, and I mainly got that salt and pepper, and then at the very end, I got a little bit of the barbecue or the buffalo sauce. Now, beautiful thing is, if you want more buffalo sauce flavor, you just add more on top of it. But I like to cook it on like that for that purpose. All right, let's try the butter garlic. That's a classic flavor that never gets old. Butter garlic things in my house are nothing new. We'll do butter garlic green beans or any sort of meat, you name it, we'll do it in butter garlic. We just love it, and it's so good. I don't really know what else to tell you about it. It's just, if you've never tried it, try it. It's not an overwhelming flavor. It's just a great compliment to about anything. And lastly, we got to try the veggies because we cooked them, and I'm sure they're great. I love squash zucchini. Make me think of summertime. And I like to cook mine till it's pretty soft. I mean, my wife and I disagree on this, but I like them cooked really soft. If you don't like them cooked soft, just don't cook them as long. But all I did to these was salt and pepper, and just let the vegetables do their own thing. So there you have it, guys. That's my paleo, keto, slow barbecue cook. The reason I did 2 sets of drumsticks is twofold. One, I find that the big reason I fall off the wagon whenever I'm trying to eat right is I get tired of doing the same thing all the time. So if I go ahead and I make 2 varieties of something in the beginning of the week for my meal prep, by Friday I'm not jonesing for some fast food just for a change of pace. I've been alternating between different flavors all week. The other thing is, for some people, depending on how you adhere to whatever it is that you're doing, the dairy factor might not be cool. Like in slow carb, you really shy away from the dairy factor, specifically the cheese factor. And I know that I actually, this wasn't enough cheese in the Parmesan to do anything. But I know that if I would get like a grilled chicken salad and they'd shredded cheese on it, it can be the difference between me seeing the scales do what they normally do on a regular week. And I don't want to say what that is because it sets sort of an unrealistic goal. If you've never tried slow carb, seriously, go try it out. But yeah, it can be the difference between those scales moving and those scales staying the same. So, it's just, I wanted to present 2 flavors for just, whatever track you're on. But whatever track you're on, I hope this helps. All right, guys, so that's my cook. Let me know what you think of the slow barbecue route, Let me know if you liked it or not. I'll probably still keep making the videos of it unless there's a huge, overwhelming negative response. But since I'll be doing this to try to better myself, I figured I might as well take you guys along for the ride. Anything that I've mentioned as far as authors and whatnot, or anything you saw me use as far as materials, products go, I'll try to include an Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. Other than that, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you've got any questions or any comments to help me along the way, just go ahead and throw them in the comment section. I do my best to answer every comment that I get. And other than that, till next time, y'all take it easy.